everyone. Let's go do the coconut. We are on Highway 1 eastbound, Flood Hope Road. If you want to go visit Jamie Davis, he's got a shop to the left. I can see it from here. He's got a tow truck parked there right now. But his home office is to the right, a little way down Flood Hope Road and then up one of the side roads. It's not advertised at all. I'm not sure if they are welcoming to visitors or not, but this is where your Jamie Davis Highway Through Hell home office is, right here in Hope. We are gonna climb the coconut today. As in the Coquihalla. Guys on the radio always call it the coconut. I find it funny. It is nuts. It can be nuts anyway. Open, 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 open. Only have it closed is 97 north of Summerland due to a big rock slide. So Highway 1 turns off here and goes north. We're gonna continue on Highway 3. So right here, we're now leaving Highway 1 and now we're on Highway 3. Highway 3 eastbound. This will be a long video, so there'll be lots of boring sections where I'm not talking because I won't have anything to say. Looks like we got some fresh snow up there. And I'm going to leave the radio on too, so you'll hear squawking and it might not be family friendly. If it gets bad, I'll just turn it off, but for safety reasons, I'll leave it on. Ask you. I hit the rumble strip. I always like to give them as much room as possible, so I drive right to the fog line. I passed this guy right out of the scale. Now he's hammering down? Okay. I'll draft this guy for a little bit. A little close for comfort, but climbing a hill here, so he should pull forward. Unless he's loaded maxed out too. I'm not. When I say two, I don't mean two. Unless he's maxed out. I'm actually running very light. Hauling, there's nothing on my back trailer. Back trailer's empty. Front trailer's got a bunch of rolls like lumber wrap for the lumber mills. So I'm headed to Revelstoke, to a lumber mill there. I've never been before, so it should be interesting. Coquihalla is good shape. Hopefully no chain up. That is my hope. I got a light load and all my weight's on my drive, so I should be okay. There we go. Highway 3 is now, so Highway 3 is the very right lane. And these two lanes are now Highway 5. I don't think we're officially on Highway 5 until that intersection. At that intersection, we go through that rock cut where people seem to crash when the weather is right or wrong. There we go. We are on the Coquihalla. Let's do this little S-curve through the rock cut. Coquihalla is always bumpy. There's so much truck traffic that the tracks are always rutted out. I think the other lane, this cut is more dramatic because it's a lot lower in the cut than this lane. This lane, the cut looks pretty minor. The other lane is much taller because the lane is way down there. Gotta go down. See the black lines here? People have been caught off guard by this downhill. Going down pretty steep. Gotta go down to climb. Blah blah blah, must carry chains. Yes, I carry chains year round. Because the one time it was pretty muddy and throwing on chains saved my butt. In the middle of summer. There's actually some locations further north, like some mine sites, some big construction sites, that you have to have chains on all year round. You're not allowed to on site unless you have chains on. I've never delivered there, but I've heard people talking about it. The radio's actually quiet. Othello Road. There's old Othello tunnels. There's old train tunnels down there, which is really cool. The river. That's an interesting way of cutting shrubs and grass. It's like some kind of crane they're using with a mower attached to the end. Hard to reach places to cut the vegetation. The TV show always makes this seem like such spectacular viewpoints, and honestly there's parts of Highway 3 and Highway 1 that are way more beautiful than this highway, but it is definitely the shortest route from Hope to Kamloops. Also the shortest route from Hope to Kelowna. Take this to Mare and then jump off the Coke and take the connector highway 97C, I think, to Kelowna. If we're driving our personal vehicle, sometimes we'll take the Coquihalla. It is faster than Highway 3 to Vancouver from Penticton, when the road's not closed. Been closed for almost a week now. Found another huge crack and they had to stop scaling because it was too dangerous to work on the slide area, so they got a monitor for a few days, and then so it might be a while before they open that road, which means when we fly out this weekend to Belize, I'm going to have to take a detour. No idea what he said there. I'm going to have to take a detour to get to the airport and have to leave early. Think of that. We're leaving Sunday. Tickets were actually cheaper flying out on Saturday, but there's a very good reason we booked it for Sunday instead. Our vacation starts on Saturday. What if there's something that goes wrong with this truck today or tomorrow? I need to find a way home. That gives us an extra day to get home without missing our flight. A little bit of safety built in that way. Water that always dribbles off the sides, all frozen into like a frozen waterfall look on the side of the road. Kind of neat. These signs that say you have to carry chains, and yet every year there's somebody caught out without chains on. And BC has removed snow socks as a chain replacement. Tested it for a few years and they just don't work on this mountain. They probably work great in California, but they don't work on this mountain. A friend of mine bought some of the snow socks and he said they worked great for the first little while. Abandoned trailer. Sawag, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. No idea at all. The lights are not flashing. I don't expect the lights to flash. I didn't look it up at all, so I might be surprised. Who knows? It's a chain-up area. Trucks should not really be parking in there. Not a great idea. Excuse me, I'm gonna put the mic a little further away, but I need to blow my nose. I've got a bit of a runny nose. No mute button on this mic. So you get what I get. Carolyn Mine Road. A lot of downed trees there. It was really, really windy here last weekend, so wow, a lot of downed trees. Crazy. I guess the trees all had like a layer of ice and snow on them, and then the wind picked up. And the trees can't handle the extra weight of the ice and snow on them, and they all break with the wind. I think we should be coming close to the climb. The first 15-20 minutes of the Coquihalla are pretty flat. So I usually don't start recording until we start climbing, but I figured today we'll do a long video. Show all the way from Hope to the summit. At least that's my intentions. Bridge decks ahead may be slippery. It is -3 Celsius, so yeah, they might be. The other side looks wet. I'm not sure if that's water or liquid de-icer. Coquihalla, they passed a new law this last year. So it's the first winter that this law is in effect. I don't think I've seen any signing. So how are people that don't know this law is in effect? Yeah, they need big signing. We're not allowed to be in the hammer lane. No big rigs allowed in the hammer lane. Maybe I missed the signing, but I don't think I saw any signing for no big rigs allowed in the hammer lane for this climb. Because when we get a bad winter storm, I have that truck in front of me spin out. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into that center lane and spin out right beside him. And then comes along the third truck and goes, well, I'm going to go into the hammer lane, and guess what? Spins out right beside us. So you got 3 trucks spun out, and now you have no way for emergency equipment and tow trucks and snow cleaning equipment to get by. The only way to get clear is the tow trucks to get to the top of the hill and come down the other side. Well, good luck with that. Can't really go against traffic on the other side with a tow truck, so it makes it from a small road closure to a huge road closure. I got a light load, but it's still a steep climb, and I am fairly slow. If I had a heavy load, I'd be going even slower. I'd probably be going 40 kilometers an hour, but I'm doing 75. Got a little bit of flat section here. Not flat, we're still climbing, but not as steep. Darn, I can't pass this guy. Because I'm not allowed to go in the amber lane, I can't pass them. Some emergency equipment, not emergency equipment, some road repair equipment working on the road. Variable speed limit, so the speed limit changes according to the weather. 120 right now. Next chain up area is coming. It's very rare that these bottom chain up areas get used. Porta? I'm not sure how to pronounce that one either. This is a tiny little chain up area. Probably get 2 or 3 trucks in here. Which means if this one was in effect, you'd have trucks parked on the highway. But it rarely gets used. They did a huge upgrade to Box Canyon just coming up ahead. Now you can park piles and piles of trucks in there now. Huge brake check. It's totally gonna pass them. It's like, oh, I can't. I was ready to signal and go. It's like, oh no, I can't. I'm not allowed to. Maybe I am allowed to. I'm just thinking. Gotta read the law again. It might be I just can't be in that lane from Box Canyon to the top of the climb. I know it's only a part of the road. Maybe I am allowed to. I'll have to look into that. Safe side, we'll just stick behind them. I rarely drive the Coquihalla, so I'm not sure. We'll see if they're signing after Box Canyon. If they're signing after Box Canyon, that'll definitely be, I think it'll confirm my suspicion that after we could be in this lane until Box Canyon chain up. He is doing a fairly good speed. It would take me A little bit of time to pass them. Block the road for all these four-wheelers. And what's the rush? Don't get me wrong here, I said that this is the most scenic route. It's still beautiful. It's a beautiful highway to drive. Okay, here's Box Canyon chain up coming up. $18 million chain up parking lot. If that was on budget. And those lights are not on. I didn't expect them to be. $18 million for just a simple parking lot. But when you're in the mountains, everything is expensive. Got some equipment working up there. Looks like they're clearing out some snow. No trucks, left lane begins. Okay, cool. So I could have been in that lane. So from here to the summit, we're not allowed to be in the left lane, like those guys are. Get over. They're not allowed to be there. Bobtail's not allowed to be in there either. Now I know for the future. I can pass till Box Canyon, and after Box Canyon there's 3 lanes all the way to the summit, so you can still pass. We just can't pass 3 wide. Here's the bear shed coming up. Slowing down. Ooh, let's put power divider and axle locks on because it looks slippery. Well, axle locks will come on because I'm going too fast. A power divider lock in anyway. It's a little bumpy in here. baby, climb, climb, climb. I'm light and I'm at 43 kilometers an hour. I've pulled full loads over this. It takes a long time. I don't see any big rigs behind us, so we'll pull over into this lane. Got two slow guys here. He doesn't have his forward flashes on. Come on. If another empty big rig came up behind us, he would not be allowed to pass us here. It'd be a bit obnoxious, but there's a good reason for the law. Normally I would just stay in the center lane, but now that we just, for us really it's a 2-lane highway. Well, 4-lane, whatever, it's 2 lanes. 2 lanes climbing for us. Pretend that very left lane doesn't even exist. A little bit of snow up here. Car in the left lane, nobody in the center lane. That snow on the shoulder, the right lane is very narrow. Bunch of static on the radio. No idea what they're saying. Kind of a cloudy day. The sun wants to poke through. You can see it back there. There we go. At the top. Off area, 1,200 meters, Coquihalla summit. At the top. So from Hope to the top was 35 minutes.